video is to teach you the first couple of steps of Treibball, which is basically doggy football. It's perfect for all herding breeds and it gets them to put those herding genes to good use. So place the ball between your feet so that it doesn't roll away and call your dog over. Get them to sit basically directly in front of you. You want them to be as straight on as possible so that when they do push the ball eventually they will be going in a straight line. So you obviously need to reset them, release them from that, so let them go off to the side, call them back in again and get them to sit directly in front of you again. At this stage we are not giving any cues. So release, then call them back in again so that they get used to coming over and sitting directly in front of the ball. Eventually we will add a cue, and the cue that we need to add to this is out. It is actually a sport in America. They have a doggy Treibball league, which I think is amazing. I wish we had one here. Unfortunately, we don't. So you release them off again, call them back in, out, and they sit perfectly in front of you again. Now, this is something that you're going to have to repeat over and over again, just so your dog gets used to it and they know what is expected from them. They're not going to pick it up in 2 or 3 goes. For the second step, we need to teach our dogs how to push the ball with the tops of their noses. We don't want them to run at the ball with their mouths open because this is how they will pop balls. They'll also hurt themselves. So in the actual league, what happens is you have the dogs and you have several balls and they have to steer each one of the balls into the goal. Now the owner is standing in the goal, so they're steering each ball towards their owner. So you tuck the treats in underneath to get them used to putting their nose underneath the ball, and they will push it to get those treats. And you just keep repeating. So every time the ball rolls back a little bit further, tuck some treats in underneath. Try and get your dog to stay straight on, because obviously this helps with steering the ball later, but it is something that you can focus on after they get used to the ball moving. Bodhi's actually a Romanian rescue, so he can be a bit nervous with things moving, so we are taking it quite slow here. So again, tuck them under, get him to push them. At this stage, again, we're not adding a cue, but eventually we will add the cue push. And every time you tuck them in under, you will say the word push. Eventually we will phase out the treats and we will begin to give occasional treats over the top of the ball and always coming from the direction of the ball and not necessarily from underneath. And again, something that you just keep repeating over and over as long as your dog is enjoying it. As you can see from Bodhi's waggy bum here, he very much enjoys this. And they're steering it towards you. And that's the first 2 steps of learning how to play Treibball. Now in America they have actual leagues for this game, which I think is amazing, and I'm truly hoping that in the UK sometime soon that they start this, because who does not want to watch dogs playing football? Sounds a lot more interesting than the Euros we've got going on now, right? So they have many dogs and many balls. The balls are bigger than this one. They are sort of gym size balls, and the dogs have to guide as many balls as possible towards the goal where their owners are standing. So as you can see, it's very similar to them herding sort of sheep or cattle or anything. So they're really using those genes and they're really enjoying them. Now, if you do try this, please let me know. Please send me videos, photos, and let me know how you got on, because I would really love to see everybody's progress. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video.